It is Monday, April 22nd, 2024. This is your evening edition of Top Stories with me, Dana Malcolm, and Rashaed Esson. Coming up after this, the news that matters most.
Consultation on the multi-sector agency regulator for your Turks and Caicos utility sector continues, and the Energy and Utilities Department urges you to tell them what you think. The regulator will give oversight to telecommunications, petroleum retailers and wholesalers, water and sewerage, and energy. Get and review the draft policy and email your feedback to regulatoryconsultation@gov.tc. That's regulatoryconsultation@gov.tc.
A moment of silence for Omarion Gardner and Enlinko Lightburn was the first thing Commissioner Edwin Martin called for earlier today as he spoke to the Turks and Caicos for the first time, acknowledging the weight of his mandate.
To whom much is given, much will be expected and required. I can feel the enormity of responsibility bestowed upon me and the weight of accountability and expectations.
Martin had words of hope for the residents of the Turks and Caicos, expressing not only an understanding of the problems faced, but the changes needed to overcome them.
As your Commissioner of Police, I assure you of my unwavering commitment to serve this nation with pride and integrity. I commit to being a commissioner for the people and doing everything within my power to safeguard our communities.
He is the first commissioner to be pulled from regional ranks rather than the UK or Canada in over a decade. Over 100 people tuned in to the swearing-in ceremony. Still to come, Rashaed Esson, he has news from around the region. Magnetic Media is your news leader.
Get armed with an alarm system from Spence Security. What if you didn't wait until your home was invaded, your family threatened, or left to the mercy of a gun-carrying intruder? What if you didn't wait for someone to enter your business and put your staff and customers at risk? And what if you made your home less attractive to burglaries and trespassers? With alarm systems starting at $499.99, Spence Security can get you armed with cameras, panic buttons, emergency notifications, and best of all, Spence Security installs. Low monthly monitoring from $79.99 when you sign up for 1 year. Conditions apply, so contact Spence Security today. Dependable, professional, service you can trust. That's Spence Security. Contact Spence Security and Investigation Services at 649-946-4730. Visit number 7 Caribbean Place in Providenciales or online at spencesecurity.tc.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashaed Esson. The IMF reports that economic growth for Latin America and the Caribbean is projected to slow to 2% for 2024 from 2.3% in 2022 due to weaker external environments and the effects of strict policies to control inflation, which are still materializing. This is not bad news for the region, according to IMF official Rodrigo Valdez, speaking at a press briefing on April 19.
We see risk around this baseline projection as broadly balanced. This is not as we saw this in the past. This is good news. And this reflects basically more balanced global risks.
Additionally, Valdez informs that inflation has decreased and that the region has shown great resilience over the past few years. Haiti's death toll is now up 53%, with more than 2,500 people killed from January through March 2024 compared to the same time last year. This was reported by the United Nations Integrated Office in Haiti on Friday, April 19. The organization expressed that gangs have changed their tactics, now targeting public institutions and important infrastructure such as the main airport. Most of the violence is reported in the capital, Port-au-Prince. Barbados has made a huge diplomatic move recognizing Palestine as a sovereign state, as announced by Minister of Foreign Affairs Carrie Simons, according to a report from CBC News Barbados on Saturday, April 20. This now aligns Barbados with other UN member states which also recognize Palestine. Magnetic Media is your news leader. For the news that matters most, we've got it here.
The National Health Insurance Plan has over 37,000 contributors.
That's 37,000 of us working together to take care of one another.
Your contribution ensures my wife and unborn child gets the prenatal care they deserve.
Your contribution helps me to afford my medication.
Your contribution has helped my loved one receive treatment during their untimely emergency.
Your contribution gives my family peace of mind. So thank you
for your contribution.
This message has been brought to you by the National Health Insurance Board, building a healthy nation, one person at a time.
More than 20 people are dead in Oman following historic floods in the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Up to Saturday, rain was still forecast for the desert country. Last week brought the heaviest concurrent rainfall ever seen in the UAE, and Oman was worst affected, but all of the Emirates are facing massive cleanup following significant weather damage to buildings and roads. Up to Saturday, rain was still forecast for the desert conglomerate of countries. Only hours into the job as top cop, Edwin Martin, TCI Police Commissioner, has a bullet list of plans to improve police service in the Turks and Caicos Islands, which he rolled out for residents during his swearing in. Those included aggressively addressing violent crime, redefining the police force image to become the pride of the Turks and Caicos, greater tech integration including drones, body cams, and more frequent town hall meetings. He also had a strict message for residents.
There should be no bystanders in addressing the carnage in our community.
That is it for this edition of the news. I am Dana Malcolm. Thank you for joining us. Rashaed Esson was here with me.